Welcome to FranCoach's Franchising 101 podcast series. Here we talk about all things franchising. What is it all about? Is it for you? How do you find the best one to own? And so much more. Now your host, Tim Parmeter.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the latest edition of FranCoach's Franchising 101 podcast. I am Tim Parmeter, founder and CEO of FranCoach and your podcast host. Today it is just me, and we're going to be talking about kind of a common myth in franchising. I'm a little surprised we haven't talked about this one yet, but it's the word passion. And there are times people are going to go, oh my gosh, I have a passion in this, therefore that's what I need my franchise to be in. We want to talk about, is that really true, right? Do you need to have the passion in what the franchise does to be able to be the owner of that? The answer to that may surprise you a little bit. But first, I'm going to take a moment to kind of remind everybody again who we are. And FranCoach is a national search firm dedicated to working with individuals like yourself interested in owning a franchise. We are partnered with well over 600 franchises spanning about 70 different industries. And our goal is to help people find the best franchise for them to own. And the goal of the Franchising 101 podcast is to educate people on all aspects of franchise ownership. Like this, passion. We have talked about in the past industry experience. And especially for those that have been any amount of time in the corporate world, change in industries can be incredibly difficult. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense, but I don't know that any of us have the power to change, the hiring departments in corporations, but it's really difficult. So people tend to think when they come into franchising that they need to have industry experience in the franchise. And the reality is that is not at all true. The little half joke we always tell people is you could be the biggest slob on the planet and own a cleaning franchise. It's not your job to clean. They don't want you to be the doer. They want you to run the business. If you've got great experience, in whatever aspect of, and this is what we're going to help figure out, what are you good at? What do you want to do? That franchise doesn't want industry experience, right? And so that happens a lot. We've talked about that a lot on our podcast, or in the amount of times we've had, our FranCoach clients who have come on, gone through this journey, become franchise owners, and the amount of times the franchise they start, that they end up becoming owners of, that industry is nothing like anything they've ever done in the past. Most of the time, it's something they didn't even really think of before. Oftentimes, it's a franchise they didn't even know existed before we got started. Okay, but what about passion? And this is something I literally saw somebody in franchising write an article about this not too long ago. Like, you have to start a business that you're passionate about. I'm like, no, you don't. And doesn't mean you can't or you may not, but it's a huge myth in franchising. And so I'll give you a couple examples with this as we think through this. So let's say you are passionate about fitness, right? And pick a thing. Is it fitness? Where do people's passions lie? They're going to talk about it's fitness, it's sports, it's kids, it's pets, it's something fun and fluffy, right? I am passionate about fitness, therefore I need to own a franchise that is in fitness. Okay. Is that possible? Absolutely, it's possible. Is it required? Absolutely not. Right? Now, in certain things you can't hate it, right? I shouldn't be, down on a dozen donuts every day, right? Morbidly obese, and I'm going to walk into my gym, right? That I own. Maybe not so much, right? If I just absolutely hate animals, probably not going to own a pet franchise, right? I despise old people. Probably not for senior care, right? Can't stand kids. You get the point, right? So it's probably not that extreme, but it doesn't have to be, I love fitness. It is my life. It is everything I do. Therefore, I need to own a fitness, right? Again, could you? Yes. But what is that franchise looking for? In most cases, they're not looking for me to come in there and be, the yoga instructor. I mean, I might look amazing in yoga pants. Probably not. That's why we have this from here up, right? But again, I'm not going to be the yoga instructor or the personal trainer or whatever. They're looking for me to run the business. And again, are there exceptions where people are the owners, are the doers? Of course there are. But for the most part, I'm the business owner. So yes, I need to have some understanding and some belief in fitness and the importance of it. But I don't need to be the instructor. I am hiring that person to do that. And if I am in there teaching 7 classes a day, who's doing everything else? Who's running the business? Who's doing the sales and the marketing? Who's the face of the business out in the community connecting, right? I love to cook, therefore I need to own a restaurant. I'm in there, I'm whipping up all the recipes all day long. Again, who's running the business, right? It becomes a huge disconnect with that. The other piece that can happen that I think sometimes people don't think about from a passion perspective is it's a passion because it's not what you do all day, every day, right? I got a job, I go work over here, but man, do I love, right? Do I love fitness? That's my release from the job, right? I love to cook. That's my release from everything else, right? Now, what if it's every day, all day, it's what you're doing? Is that going to continue to be a passion area, or are you going to start to get a little annoyed by what that is? Okay. So again, can it be possible where your true passion area is where you own a business? Absolutely. But what we really want to always encourage people to do is open up your mind that the it isn't really what drives the passion. The it isn't what's going to make you successful. What are you doing day in and day out as a business owner? That's what's key. The things that you're doing, your time you're spending in the business, your kind of task, so to speak. Are you more operational? Are you more sales and marketing? Do you like being in the face of the business? What kind of customers do you like? Do we like to sell based on the quality or the price? Do we like long-term relationships, or we want more project-based? What kind of staff are we going to have? Are we going to have any? What kind? Do we like more sales-driven, skilled, unskilled, a combo, subcontract? Like, these are the things that are going to be the ones that, again, we talked a lot about the get out of bed test. That are going to get us out of bed to go do this. Again, do we have to, for some things, do we need to have a pretty good appreciation of the importance of fitness, or, oh my gosh, I love pets, or yeah, you can't be anti to do that, right? But it does not have to be your passion.
Hey everyone, I wanted to take a quick break from our podcast to tell you about our amazing friends at Entrepreneur. If you're looking to become a franchisee or simply learn more about business ownership, and guys, let's be honest, you're listening to the Franchising 101 podcast, so we know you have some interest in this. And I really encourage you to go to entrepreneur.com to check out all of their great content and resources. Seriously, Entrepreneur has everything, all the way from a bookstore to the best podcasts, webinars, and videos, plus information on upcoming events and the latest articles that seriously, they cover all aspects of franchising and business ownership. If you're having trouble deciding which franchise is right for you, start with Entrepreneur's renowned Franchise 500 ranking, which highlights the best franchises of 2022. For 45 years and counting now, Entrepreneur has been and continues to be the most widely recognized and respected authority in the franchise market. Digital and print subscriptions are available, so you never miss out on anything. So seriously, what are you waiting for? Go to entrepreneur.com right now and learn more.
The other thing that, again, most people don't think about is, how can you have a business, again, that has nothing to do with your passion, but still tap into that every single day? So there are, and again, I use an example. I'm going to use a sports example, sports guy. So I'm going to use a sports example with this. If you love sports, man, do I love sports. And you're going to own a business that has nothing to do with sports. I'm going to own a cleaning franchise. Okay. I like cleaning as an example. And we tell people all the time, anytime we use examples, they're examples, not suggestions. I own a cleaning franchise. has nothing to do with my passion area of sports. Does that mean I can't do anything with my passion with my business? Of course not. You can sponsor a little league team, sponsor the whole little league. You can do whatever you want within that. There's a local business in the town where I live that sells big old fat nasty cheeseburgers and French fries, ice cream. Right? It is not remotely anything in the realm of healthy. Right? Tasty, not healthy. But their owners are avid cyclists. So you'll see things within their business on pictures of they've got a local group where they will go and they will cycle and they will do it locally. They'll go to events, whatever. It is their passion. They've used their business as a vehicle to promote cycling, to bring other people into it from that standpoint. FranCoach has nothing to do with sports. I was a college athlete. I played basketball years ago, lots of years ago. And so I still enjoy and have appreciation for college basketball. So we there's 3 different college basketball programs we have sponsorships with, right? In different avenues. But again, FranCoach has nothing to do with college basketball, but it's near and dear to my heart. So it is an opportunity for us to give back and have a little bit of an effect on small colleges around the country, right? From those type of things. There are certain franchisors that also really promote this. And there are many of them. We just had somebody from, Erica Pointer from Grout Medic on, who's part of Premium Service Brands. Like, they have a thing with what they call Kids Lift, right? These are home service franchises, right? And the one that we're specifically talking about was Grout, right? Super duper sexy, tons to do with kids, right? No, not at all. But part of their overall philosophy internally from that franchise is, hey, let's find ways to give back to kids. You got to be some serious sociopath to not give a rat's ass about kids in some fashion, right? Especially underprivileged children. So this franchise brand and system has something that you can do, right? So there are people that like that philanthropic aspect. Maybe you don't have a passion area, but you want to give back. But even if you do have a passion area, and again, is it sports? Is it fitness? Is it pets? Is it kids? Education, right? Those are kind of usually the key ones where we have that. Find ways to give back within your community. Your business is now the vehicle for it. We've all seen things around the holidays where it's Toys for Tots, right? Again, as a business owner, you get to make a difference for local kids and underprivileged kids in your area. Your business did. Just me, Tim, sitting out the box on my front porch, I'm probably not going to get a lot of people. But doing that within my business, whether it's retail or service-based, we can really have a humongous impact on the community, right? So when you think about what things you have a passion for, when it is right? It's the sports, it's the kids, it's the education, it's the, right? Can you own a business in that? Absolutely. Are we going to have a conversation about, if you're doing that all day, every day, and you're really immersed and you end up a little bit as the doer, right? And maybe more so than you should, is that still going to be a passion? Are those things going to be fun for you personally versus professionally? And if so, and there are times that it is, and that's okay. But don't think we're not going to have that conversation, to be clear. What typically drives it is, what are the passion areas for you professionally? I like to build a team. I like to solve problems. I looked at, these are the people I want to be around. My staff in the community, the customers. These are the things that are important to me as a business. I like something that is high quality, makes a difference, impacts the community. I like selling cheap crap, as much of it as possible, right? Again, it does not matter what that is. Those are the things we're going to find that will ultimately point us to the business. And if that business has nothing to do with your passion area, know that the business is now your vehicle to affect the community in a way that you want. So I think it's one of the things that I think gets thrown out there, and even sometimes by people in franchising, it drives me bonkers because it's usually a little self-serving. But have passion areas, of course, have them. Do not feel like it has to be the business that you are in. Can it be? Of course it can. But there are so many other possibilities and so many other things that can be huge, impactful drivers for what's best for you. And then again, no, you can sell big old fat cheeseburgers and have an impact on fitness in the community through a cycling club, right? You can sell a franchise, have a franchise that does grout repair, and have something where you are impacting underprivileged children in the community, right? All of these different things you can do, and whatever your kind of it is, your business is going to touch so many more people than we are individually. So that's my little soapbox on the passion. Maybe that's my passion area is this is what we do. We're here to educate people and properly educate people on what franchise ownership is all about and how to understand what's the best pathway for you. So anyway, I hope that helps a little bit. As always, please reach out to us. There's never any fee for our service. FranCoach.net, franchising101podcast.net. Those are our two main sites. Send us a message there. Let's get a call set up. Also, friendly reminder, franchisingnews.com is our, if you like to read, that's where all of our blog information is. And then social media everywhere. Please follow us. Make sure you're doing all those things. But stop listening to episodes. Well, don't stop listening to episodes, but don't listen anymore if this is something you are still thinking about, want to learn more. Get a call set up with our team today. There's never any fee for our service. Let us help you take that first step to be able to create your better tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a safe and fantastic rest of your day.
Thanks for listening to FranCoach's Franchising 101 podcast, where our ultimate goal is to help educate you on all things franchising so you can create your better tomorrow.